I am Shashwata Mukherjee, your host for today on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation. I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you, to the speaker and moderators today, to the insightful session on how to build a career in HR. So, about the organization, I will be sharing a few words. At SEMS Welfare Foundation, our core mission is rooted in empowering lives through access, awareness, and action. Whether through initiatives like DG Shamak's FEM leads or various grassroots efforts, we are committed to dismantling societal barriers, uplifting communities, and promoting gender equality and employability across India. So, about the topic, building a career in human resources requires a blend of education, skills, and practical experience. I'm sure ma'am has a very well planned structure about that. So I will be talking about the collaborator now of this session. This session has been collaboratively organized with DG Shamaks, which is a company that empowers businesses through data and technology. We offer a wide range of services, including IT, software, data science, and many more. And now, today, we are truly honored to welcome a speaker whose vision and work resonate deeply with the goals of this session and the values we uphold. Please let me introduce our speaker, Miss Sumathy Srinivasan, who is an expert strategic HR leader, LinkedIn top voice, and public speaker with over 17 years of experience in human resources. She is widely recognized for her ability to drive operational excellence, foster people-centric growth, and implement impactful diversity and inclusion initiatives. So, throughout her career, she has been honored with multiple awards and has actively championed the growth of women in leadership. With strong skills in HR management, organization leadership, and talent development, Miss Sumathi continues to inspire professionals and organizations through her thoughtful leadership and advocacy for inclusive workspace. Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Ms. Sumathy Srinivasan to take the lead and to start her presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. When I got this opportunity that I have to talk, am I audible? Oh,
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a wonderful opportunity to share my experience and thoughts on the very favorite topic, which where I worked and I grown, which was my passionate also, which is the HR field. So I thank all the organizers who have been communicating to me to make this event happening, and I'm looking forward for all the participants. Maybe this information what I'm sharing you will might be familiar, or you might be knowing some new information about, if you are into the way of getting into the HR field, or you are finding ways what are the best options, or best ways I have to become a very good HR professional in your current field, whether it is a technical or non-technical. So I wish them all the very best. So this experience, what I had and what I'm going to share, is the basic information which everybody will be looking for as an HR. Different roles into HR, then it will vary. So I'm going to touch base all the basic ideas, probably like person who is aspiring into HR as college student or an 1 to 5 years of experience. Sure, this session is going to have a very good impact, and it is going to help you a lot. So without further delay, I would be sharing the presentation what I have created for you, so that it will be easy for you to know more when I talk. So the topic which was given, or which I would like to share, is how to build a career in human resources. So I would like participants to unmute and share what do you mean by human resources for you. It's not about what is the real meaning, but to your knowledge, what is called human resources.
Ma'am, I would
You can
like
unmute
to
and share.
answer.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I think for me, human resource means the resource a company has, which obviously are the employees and the every human which contributes to the organization through anything. That is the human
Mm,
resource of the organization, and the skills and the abilities that humans process and how they use that to contribute to society or to the organization is somehow linked with the human resource idea. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank
That
you so
was.
much for sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
sharing
ma'am.
your thoughts. See, human resources, we see a lot of resources, right? Raw materials when it is a manufacturing. But even for the manufacturing unit or anything you see, human plays a major role. So, how we can use the skill or the opportunities which every human has it with the required skill sets, what is required for the organization to go, whether it is a service or whether it is a consultancy, whether it is a manufacturing, whether it what you call the latest technology, artificial intelligence, everything is created by human. So human resources where the resources will be helpful to grow the organization along with the individual's growth, right? So today we are going to talk in detail about these are the basic agenda for the session. So what is human resources, which we already discussed, and core functions of HR. What are as a human being we are skilled in many qualities. We are very skilled in many, whether it is a communication or whether it is a data driven centric information. So we are skilled into many categories. So as an HR professional, what are the basic core functions as every organization work, how they work together, and what are the HR career entry points as a student or a fresh professional who wants to get into the HR career, and the skills needed in HR. Okay, and networking and personal branding, trends and the future of HR, and the common challenges, and what are the other ways, or next it will be a Q&A. Okay. So, what is human resources? We basically know. We don't want to get into the deep definition because everybody lives with that resources only. Wherever you communicate, whether it is a petty shop near to your home, or whether it is a MNC company where you're working, or whether you are commuting from one place to another, that skill will really help you to communicate or to help what you want from the other person. So everywhere this human resources plays a major role. So if you see basically what are the core functions of HR, it's the five. If you have to see, we can add more also, but majorly we have split it into five types of human resources. First, as an organization, once it is formed, right, we don't want to get into the pre formation of the organization, because as an entrepreneur or owner of the founder of the organization, they will be doing some analysis and how that has to be started. But after, once the organization is formed, recruitment and staffing plays a major role. We call the recent terminology is talent acquisition. So how you are acquiring the talents for the organization, which is called recruitment and staffing. And staffing, if you see how you can allocate the right skill sets of the employees to the right departments where the work is required, whether it is a technical or non-technical. We got different business units in each organization. What skills they have it and where we have to place it also plays a role in the staffing. And the employee relations, as an HR, he or she is the front end of the organization, and they are the brand ambassadors of the organization who shows how the company values employees. So employee relations plays a major role in HR. And next is the learning and development, because as a fresher or a student who came out from the college, who wants to get into the organization, or whether a new technology is bringing into organization to upgrade their technology, learning and development plays a major role. And the latest terminology, the learning and development, is also called academy. And academy is now turning into learning and development, and it is like a wheel that the words and the terminologies on keep on changing. Okay, performance management. Yes, employees are working, they are getting salaries, but how we have to evaluate, how we have to make them competitive to bring their skill sets more out from there, which can help the organization growth. And the company culture, because as a company, once you showcase who you are, your values, your culture, that plays a major role. Because when if you have to see as an long time tenure whom I work, where I worked in was a cognizant, where I always see companies culture, because there are some cultural values which drives the employees with the organization, like transparency and equality and integrity. So these are the few cultural values which I still remember from the organization where I work. So all these functions plays a role in the organization to grow, and all these are the different functions. Along with that, you can see legal and compliance also, because as an organization with the statutory norms, we have to work together in the company legal and compliance. So this is very very important. So these are, if you see into multiple things, there are few more financial and accounting and shared services. If you see into HR in every departments, there are few more multiple small functions of HR, but basically, if you have to see, these are the 5 to 6 core functions of HR. Has an HR specialist, or where you plays a role, or where is your interest, where is your passion, you can pick these topics and work into the departments and see how you can grow yourself and how you can give more additional value to that respective departments with your skills and the knowledge. Because right now, if you see, as social media is booming, everybody know getting to know about HR, because HR is like always about people. It's about communication. What is that passion you are bringing to the organization with your communication and skill set is going to really impact the organization in a higher growth. Impact the organization means also plus revenue and along with the employee satisfaction. So as an HR, it's not only with the with the resources, it's always with the people. So if you have to see, it's always with people. We are front ending and we have to help one to one to grow together for the organization. And HR career entry points. So as a degree holder or a new employee, right? New fresher. Okay, so always they have an opportunities to how they can getting into that HR organization as an HR assistant or a coordinator. And when they get before they getting into an employment itself, they can get some skill sets or some knowledge through their internship and training programs, where that became mandate in the current academic regulations also. And admin and operations roles plays a major role, because admin and operations is like a backbone of the organization, because most of the activities are done by the admin and the operations, because operation person knows how each activity is started from the first step and how it is getting ended, because from the customer or the client, how it is satisfying the end user, this operation teams plays a major role, because without them this is not possible. And basic qualifications, if you see, if I have to share my experience, I am a commerce graduate, and I thought of starting my career in a banking, but later once I get into the organization, where I got to get connected with, I found myself where I am strong in my core. If I have to say, it is my people communication, how I communicate, whether it is a mail or whether through some sessions, or what is my intention for me to grow in this organization is always about my people. Then I slowly moved into the HR, and through my experience, people asked me to come and join in the HR teams also. So that's how. So as of now, there is no such specific qualification, but if you are really interested from your education, these are some common qualifications. You can prefer BBA psychology, because it really helps you to look into who you are and how you can communicate with other people. The psychology and sociology is going to help you. So these are some little or small examples which you can start your roles in HR career. So far, is it going good? Shashwata, is it fine? Any questions? We can take
Yeah,
it up in the, yeah.
no, yeah,
Any,
ma'am.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's
So
all right.
okay, all right. Thank you. And skills needed in HR. Okay, so before I get into, I will be asking some questions. As an HR person, what are the basic skills? Because I have already given some answers about that. What are the basic skills as an HR is required to start or to run them as a successful HR person? Anybody can unmute and share what you know about the important skills needed for an HR.
And proper communication.
Proper communication, okay.
Interpersonal understanding.
Personal understanding, maybe we can call it as listening, because if somebody says, we have to hear, right? It's not
Yes,
just
ma'am.
only hearing, we have to understand what they are trying to say. Are we able to understand the same way that other person is sharing to us? That intent is the same. Okay, then
Leadership qualities.
yes, very important. Leadership qualities. Okay. Then one more. Okay. Technical skills. If you have to see right now, technical skills plays a major role. Okay. Soft skills, if you say, it is communication, right? Communication, listening, and assertive communication. If you have to see, even if it is a oral communication or a verbal communication, written communication. In communication, we see lots of categories, we can call it, but very very important is how equip and how you are good in your data, because HR it's not only with experience, it's always with the data. How you are proving to your organization as an HR, how your data is improved. When I'm hiring an employee and when the employee is relieving from the organization, What is the duration that employees worked in the organization? What is the reason? We have to see that reason for joining and also for the reason for relieving. With the data, I'm just sharing some examples, okay? So all this has to be captured in the organization's HRMS. We call it as HRIS or HRMS, okay? Human Resources Management Information System or Human Resources Information System. So all this data is being captured and we have to start analyzing. It's not only with communication or it's not only with the few soft skills, it's with the hard skills, data, and how you are very good in Excel and how you are able to identify a solution for the problem, how strategic your thinking is. All that plays a major role if you want to become a good HR professional. Okay. So the soft skills are the communication. First is communication, empathy. It's not only putting your ear, it's putting your heart and hearing that person. What is that conversation all about? We might be thinking we have so many list of work in the organization to go through because our supervisor would have asked, or we have to create some big information deck to be presented to the leader or the founder. But even when it is a 5 minute or a 10 minute conversation which you are having with your peer or with some queries or some clarifications, you have to be empathy and you have to put your heart and your mind into the conversation to resolve that. So empathy plays a major role, and negotiation. And this negotiation skills is very important for a talent acquisition specialist, because when we hire a person into the organization, as you know, we have to have a negotiation skills. That negotiation skills helps as an individual also for the organization benefit. And conflict resolution, day in and day out, HR is always looking into this conflict resolution, okay? Because any issues or any queries for the organization, you have to understood that problem, and you have to see how we have to resolve that. Because day in and day out, this becomes an important skill for an HR. HR should not be a person who has to create a conflict, but it should be a who should be a resolution provided person based on the statutory norms if it applies. And the hard skills, as I said, no, HRIS, HRMIS, ATS systems. If it is a talent acquisition, basically every people who are applying their resumes into this portal or any social media or in that company's portal, everything is done by ATS, okay, applicant tracking system, where that is being completely handled by the softwares and the AI, where how to filter the resumes. So to run that also, HR should be knowing about this process. Okay, and Excel and analytics. The analytics skills is very, very important, a hard skill which is required for the HR. As a college student or a new hire, maybe if you are not currently exploring into these categories, look and ask your supervisor to see how best you can learn the skills from your current process, how you can apply these skills into your current process to make your process very effective and time consuming, so that you can contribute your energy and time into something which is required for the organization and for the employees. And the emerging skills is data driven HR. So everything should be data driven. You should be able to see what is all this data and how this data is going to impact the organization growth. So that much effective and proactive and HR should be. And DEI. How many of you know about DEI? What is DEI?
No idea, man.
No idea. It is diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is very, very important for the organization. Like how we have currently CSR. It's the what is CSR?
Man, corporate social responsibility.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is every organization's responsibility to give back to the society. The similar way, DEI is very, very important. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. How our organization or an association is equally distributed. It's not only a female, it's not only a gender biased organization. How we are giving opportunities to diversify people in the organization, and how we are including them in our growth of the organization, and how we are treating equally. Okay, so that is very, very important for the organization, and this going become an emerging. There are lots of certifications are also happening in this DEI. And remote work culture, it's become part and parcel since 2020 from the COVID time. So if you see anybody, they accept their offer if there is a hybrid or if it is work from home option. But that should not be the case, because work from office really helps to understand employees real problems or real positive state of mind, and also you can help other employees work culture also. So work from office is one of the very important thing which every organization is already doing as mandatory, but hybrid plays a major role. But we have to make sure how we can socially connected, how we can professionally connected when we work in the organization. It's not like you are giving my job, you're giving your job, I'm doing my job, I'm getting my salary. No, it should not be that way. It should be completely how we are growing ourselves and how we are growing the organization and how we are helping others as well. So it should be like three wins in one action. So any new people like students who are looking for, no, I will work only if it is in work from home. I will say no, I don't prefer working from home alone. Okay, so work in the office atmosphere, and it gives a different emotional relaxation also happens when you connect with people in person. And people would have experienced during COVID how stress, how depression people been when they were working from home, right? So prefer work from office. Even office is saying that you have to come for mandatory 2 days. You make sure you go to office 3 to 4 days so that your visibility also increases. I will talk about this little later. Okay. Huh, that's where the networking and branding. So when you see about remote work culture, so networking plays a major role for the HR. If I have to say my experience, right, being into that organization for so years, networking is very important. I was not aware about it. But later, once the social media is booming up, we get to know, okay, building this network and personal branding, who is Sumathi or who is Shashwat, who is SEMS Foundation. Showing your visibility helps to grow yourself, and also you will be helping somebody who needs your support. So it's not only for me to grow by myself. You are helping somebody by showing, hey, okay, this is Sumathi, so I can reach out to her for some help, for some guidance. So that's how this networking is going to build yourself and also for the personal branding. Because somebody might be looking for some person and you are showing that you are this profile or you are doing these kind of activities, it helping you to bridge easily. Okay, so it's nowhere that as when this MNC started since 2000, right? So everybody is in the one roof. So what after social media, it's like a snap. Okay, it's like a tip of the finger, everybody is getting connected. So we have to use that as in a positive way. LinkedIn. So first professional platform I would recommend everybody is LinkedIn. Even I had LinkedIn several years before as a default app in my mobile, but I was not active in that. I just logged in and kept it. But after some time, we get to know how important networking and personal branding. Then I slowly started keeping writing about some thoughts, some ideas about leaderships, and I'm starting who I am. I'm showing my personal branding through this LinkedIn. So join some HR communities also. And I'm very proud and happy to share that I am also part of the Human Resources Association of Tamil Nadu, and I am an executive council member for learning and development. So when I'm connecting with different people from different organizations, we are able to understand some cross-functional ideas and what the other organizations are already doing it that might be helpful for our organization to implement, which is going to help employees and the organization growth. And connect with some local HR. Right now, you are getting connected so easily with the different groups, whether it is like WhatsApp. If I have to say, there are several channels is happening for HR, and also several groups in LinkedIn also, where you can connect with the different communities. So connect with different communities to understand what is happening around you. Not only your organization, not only your skills. Understand diversified skills and knowledges so that it is going to help your personal branding and networking. And attend HR conferences and webinars. Like many people would have joined now. So I really appreciate SEMS Foundation and organization that you are creating some regular content for the benefit of many professionals. So attend these kind of HR conferences and webinars in person also. Try to explore so much. You can help many people. Think in that way. You are there. You are already exist, and it's not like always going and getting something for you. It's always giving back to the society or the organization. It feels you great pleasure and happy, and you feel so glad that you are able to help somebody. Okay, so networking and personal branding plays a major role for HR and trends of the future HR. Okay, so if you have to see trends of future HR, it's like every day it is changing, every day it is upgraded. When in my the previous organization, right, changing one activity, creating process flow and how it is going to impact, getting a budget and creating it takes some time. But it happens the same way, but that external environment is so much impacting every individual and the organization needs. They can't make more time. They can't take more time to implement any new things as in an MNCs. Okay. So trends is like future of HR is how quickly you are adopting the technology and how you can automate your process. That plays a major role in HR, in future of HR. And employee well-being. Employee well-being is like a very big process because employee satisfaction only can help to bring that full potential of employees and put that full potential into this organization growth, right? Because for example, if an employee is skilled, okay, 90% skilled, leave off the 10%, 90% skilled, but you are utilizing only 50%, remaining 40% you are not utilizing it. What happens? That employee will not be giving that organization's growth for 90%, and they will be using only for 50%, and the remaining 40 is not used. Once you start using only, that employee will not be going into the different perspective. Maybe if it is fully productive, right, in two ways. If that employee is fully productive for 5 days, every day it is like, for example, 8 hours fully he is working, does he need a break? Does he need to take care of his personal needs, his health, his mental wellness? Yes. In the other side, if that employee is not, the employee is not utilized fully, that employee is not giving a proper production. So we have to help in both the ways to take care of the employees well-being by giving proper regular. For example, many organizations have started doing regular master health checkup, regular meditation programs, regular indoor or some activities happening in this organization premises. So employee well-being plays a major role because you make them to interact with each other. It's not only my cabin, my work, my technology, my client. No, you have to cross functionally understand what are the different activities as in a team it is happening and how we can bring it effectively together. This employee well-being will be able to help a lot to bring that outcome. So it is very important to focus on employee well-being. And as I already discussed, diversity, equity, inclusion has become a mandatory in all the organizations to see how we can hire some differently abled person in the organization, how we can include them in the organization growth, or whether it is an LGBTQ, or if there is any support, financial support, if there is any gender transformation is happening, how we can, as an organization, we can help them for their financial needs. All that is happening across the organization. If as an organization, if you are leading some HR role in this in any organization, if you are not doing it, please focus on this. This is an emerging and this is very very important, because once you include everybody, because that person will be having some multitasking or other exceptional skills as an organization might be needing. So look for diversity and equity inclusion. And hybrid remote work dynamics, it is big challenge and big question mark how to manage all this together. But now people are making it as a project requirement or a project mandatory. If the project is requiring 5 days and as an employee to come to the organize to the workplace, they are making it as mandate. But from some HR teams are not coming to work, but still they are managing from home always. Quarterly thrice or quarterly, like weekly twice, or like 15 days twice coming to office is also happening in different organizations based on their needs. And strategic HR business partnering, very, very important. See, initial days, right? How an HR plays. HR means only one team initially. What happens? He is the recruiter. That's all. When the employee is resigning, they are the one who will tell, okay, why, what is the reason you are leaving? But what happened after that? Every location had an HR. They are the location HR. They will take care of end to end, whether welcoming the new hires and any process policies to be communicated to them. Everything happens from the location HR. But what happens after that? Every activity there was a HR. So if it is a recruitment, one group of HR take cares. And if it is like learning and development, a group of HR handles the learning and development. What happens in strategic HR business partnering? Every business unit have an exclusive HR. Other than all these categories of HR, there is a exclusive HR who will be the point of contact for your business unit. So they will take care of the needs and requirements of your business unit. So they are called the HR business partner. For your business, they are the partner to help from the HR and also to the business. So this is also one of the trends, and they have lots of scopes to be learned and to explore so many things in this current or the future of HR. Any questions? Is it good to go? Is it fine? Are you with me? Any questions so far?
No one, no question.
Is it good? The speed, the pace,
Yes,
everything
ma'am.
is fine.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So common challenges, right? See, everywhere there are challenges, whether it is technical, non-technical, if you have to technical, if it is a quality, Q&A, automation, they call it as so many technologies, terminologies. But as HR, they are the main or the important person who face day in and day out challenges. Okay. Balancing employee and management expectation. See, as HR, we are here to bring that maximum potential from the employee and also to help the management's vision or mission. Okay, so balancing this employee and management expectation is a common and a regular challenge which an employee, which a HR is facing. Okay, and managing conflict and employee relations. As I already mentioned, conflict, it can be anything. Okay, for example, it can be a sexual harassment, or it can be a mental harassment, or it can be performance management, or whether it can be a behavioral between a manager and a subordinate. So there are so many things. Even some kind of policy clarifications also happens considered as a conflict, because in my experience, where one employee moved from India to an on-site, where there was a LOP which was already applied for her during her maternity, but for the second baby also they have applied an LOP which is not supposed to be. So but what happened, right? There were nobody who was ready to put their ears to understand what she is trying to say. Okay, but then there was this exclusive program which I'm very proud to share, that I created an exclusive program in D&I, where that program covered 3 to 3.5 years, where 15 to 20,000 women employees was covered in that program, where that program covers from the time they got to know they are on the family way until they come back from their maternity leave. From the time they come back from the maternity leave, after we cover up to 3 months. Because of that program, right? What happened? If you would have heard, right? Many people go on maternity, managers put them ratings as a last rating, and they don't promote, and they after they come back from the maternity leave, they have to search for their projects to get into the project. See, as a mother, what are challenges they would have faced. Even I also undergone the same challenge, and I was also not got promoted. And even though I was running the program for so many employees in the organization, I also face the same challenge, where I am supporting many employees in the organization, because some managers have said tomorrow or day after tomorrow will be her last date, because her performance is not good, because she was in the fifth month or sixth month. She has to be relieved, or maybe she would have came back from the maternity leave for 6 months or 1 year. She was not in the system, but since there was no performance, so I can't list her in a second rating or third rating with the previous performance. I have to make her to move out of the project. So many cases will happen, but I also faced that same, even though I was running that program. But that spirit and that confidence, how you are bringing and putting yourself into the business or into the process, makes the difference. Okay, so I was very blessed to create a couple of programs in the previous organization where I worked. It's like a pan India program, and people know me. My second name was Sumathy Srinivasan, my father's name before I got married. When I joined Cognizant, it was like pan India. People know me. I am the single point of contact for a full and final settlement. So several opportunities I have received. Why? Because I know the process. I know where we have to tweak it, or where we have to cut it down, and where we have to automate it. So I did those changes, and I am the first person for that some automation process, and my process got implemented with my skills and knowledges. I created a process and automated it in that organization as a first pilot batch. So how this can happen with your skills, with your knowledge, with your core. What is your expertise? How you want to show your expertise in that process, and that process how it is going to impact employees. When you see the outcome, when you put yourself into that outcome of that process, how they will think when this process has happened, then automatically you will be able to see the changes in this. So managing conflict and employee, I'm just taking more examples how I have brought some solutions for some problems. Okay, so adapting rapid technology changes, as everybody know AI, it's like every HR also should be expertise in completing some certifications to equip yourself to run your daily day-to-day activities in the organization, and handling complaints and legal issues, whether it is a PF or whether it is a gratuity. You have to think getting a salary is important rather than to understand your calculations of your salary, whether it is a tax calculation, whether it is a PF calculation, whether it is your gratuity. All that you have to understand more, right? As an HR you have more opportunities as well, responsibility to know this and share it to that employee. So you have to equip yourself about your complaints and legal issues. Retaining and engaging talent, where that negotiation skills helps a lot. How you communicate, how you negotiate your employees to retain them into this organization. Dealing with resistance to change. No, I can't come to office. I will work from home only. How you can communicate them to make them bring to the organization. I'm just giving an example, okay? Managing work life balance, how an employee should manage their work life balance, how you can create some exclusive programs for the employees to become more emotionally stable, physically stable. What are the different things you can brought into the organization's benefit? You have to think all this. These are the challenges, and building credibility and respect, how you are showcasing yourself and how you are showcasing as an organization. So these are some common challenges. I think most of you might be experiencing all these, at least minimum one or two, and you might be finding what are the answers for it. So once you are into the process, sure, you will know where you have to tap it and make it in the right impact. Okay, so that's it from my side. So maybe the final conclusions, I would say, yeah, we have some time for questions also. So conclusion, if I have to say, keep learning.
Hello, ma'am. I think you froze. You are not audible, ma'am.
Am I okay? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are. We just
Okay.
lost the connection.
Not sure why it got disconnected. Any
Yes, yeah.
specific reason?
Ma'am, I think you are having network connectivity issues.
Okay. All right. Is it fine now?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will
Yes,
share
ma'am.
it again. Yeah. So almost we came to the end of the session. So what I would share is keep learning. HR is something which is very active and very happy to talk to people and understand the challenges and always available for them to help. So be that person who can keep learning, and HR is always constantly evolving. Okay. And be the people first. So be there for them. When you are there for them, sure, you can able to help for the people, and also you can help for the organization, and think strategically and act empathetically. So acting empathetically, it's not only, see, many people I have seen, oh, I am an HR, I am the person, whatever I say they will do. No, you are not for that. You are there for, you are there for them. Okay, what are their requirement, what are their needs, you are there for them. They are not for you. So I am an HR. I will say I will do whatever I want, and you have to do whatever I say. No, you are not for that. Okay. So these are some thoughts which I have shared, and always be precise on the people, process, and systems. Okay. You should know how this process been done. You have to identify the gaps, and you have to fill those gaps and make that process automated, or wherever touch points for human impact or human connection should be there, you have to make it happen. Always think you are the end user, how you want that to happen. Okay, when you are in that situation, then you will be able to create that process in a very lively way. Okay, so these are some thoughts which I thought how you have to build a career in HR. So any thoughts from your side, or any questions, or anything you want to share, we can.
Everyone, please, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask ma'am. And after a few of your questions, ma'am, I'll be concluding the session after some of the
One
questions.
question, madam.
Yes.
Generally, we say that HR people they uh, identify the potential of the person and they try to
Mm.
develop that potential. Is it
Yes.
happening in HR field now?
Is it? What? Could you repeat that last sentence?
This human resource concept had come in the Ministry of Narasimha Rao, and that time the
Mm.
potential has to be identified. Everybody's potential has to be identified, and that
Yes.
has to be developed. That is the function of the HR department. So, is it happening or not? I'm asking.
Is it happening or not? It is based on the organization's process. See, every individual has some potential. Okay, some people will be very good in maths or in numbers. Some people will be very good in communication. Some people will be very good in negotiating. But it is based on the organization process and setup, how effectively they have to run their HR unit. If they have that identified person for that respective skills, then that organization will grow quicker and they will have an employee satisfaction in high level. So whether they are doing it or not, it up to based on the each organization's process and policies.
Okay, okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah, thank you. It's a nice question actually. That is a very true also. Because if you put right people at the right place, process becomes so easy and people understand the process very quickly and they will be able to do that work what is required for them to do. Right? Yes. Any other question? So meantime, I will share my LinkedIn page if you want to get connected. So you can connect with me in this LinkedIn page.
So, thank you so much, Miss Srinivasan, for your enlightening session and for generously sharing your wisdom and experience with us today. Now, on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation, I extend our deepest gratitude to Miss Srinivasan for her gracious presence and her immense value that she has brought to this platform.